Testing 1, 2, testing. This is Munel Kishan. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Okay, please share this video. I'm going to be up there for the next 1 hour. I'm trying another. I'm going through the restream. That's what I'm trying right now. So I need to share this video. You can also follow me on YouTube. I'm going live right now on YouTube. collabo. She wants some collabo. I can sing for you, you can sing for me. She says she wants some collabo. She need them badly, be like tornado. She can't say I they play like Ronaldo. The thing they sweet her like Conchas Eminado. Eminado. We don't go Monaco. I rock her body, give her Monaco. She just the holler, she just dream of Brigado. Outside the fire, I they call her Monaco. I'm Monaco. Oh yeah, baby, we collabo. I know you want me collabo. I don't for you. Every day now party, every day now jolly. Oh, you move your body, no time for story. Well now, we supposed to the party. No time to check time. Time to party. Oh, yeah, my mind, oh, my sister, oh, my baby. Time to party. Oh, shake it. I like it when you shake it. Back it. I like it when you go shake it. My the way you wind and roll it, I take on my heart. And I can't control it, I take on my time. I take that. I said, no, me take. I take that. That's why we are my night. My sister, my baby. I'm too party. We are my night. My sister, my baby. I'm too party. Girl, your body is sweetie, and your vibe is pretty. Where you are, you'll be nothing, and your backside, whatever. Aliko dey here, you supposed to throw it. Adenuga dey here, you supposed to throw it. Who's your daddy? Too much money, follow your leader, one. Everybody shake that. My sister, my baby, thank you, party. My sister, my baby, thank you, party. My sister, my baby, thank you, party. For this my party, my pretty. I said for this my party, the top of the we're supposed to the party. No time to check time. Everybody shake it. I am a man. My sister, my baby. Time to party. I am a man. My sister, my baby. Time to party. I am a man. My sister, my baby. Time to party. I am a man. My sister, my baby. Time to party. His calculations are correct. The empire is dying.
You can't save yourselves. You can't save humanity's story.
person, you know they keep person. If you want no person, you know go pass person. I know they see, you want give me medicine. I tell my you help me spend my
Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. To enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. To enjoy myself.
I love you.
I'm a winner. I'm a winner. You're the winner. You're the winner. To enjoy myself, allow me to enjoy myself, allow me to enjoy myself, allow me to enjoy myself, to enjoy myself, allow me to enjoy myself. Okay, guys, thank you very much for tuning in, and we're going to start. My name is Munir Kishen, and I'm just going through my restream. I'm trying all the necessary software that I have. So that's why you see what I noticed that when I go through a software and I don't have so many people, I don't know what's the problem. But Facebook, listen, Facebook is the best, whether we like it or not. Facebook take you a lot of places and people come on quick before anything. By this time, at least I don't have that crowd, but right now I only got 2 person watching me. Only 2. But if I go to Facebook right now, I will be having more than that. I know you guys been on social media, you've been getting all kinds of things, different type of news. Lot of different things coming up. People are saying this, people are saying that. But anyway, Mr. Cummings was in Bombay Hills today. That was a very good program. People show up. That's a good thing. A lot of people show up today and they welcome him. They did everything possible to make him comfortable. But he was good. And we will continue the fight, my people. This thing that we're in today and that we're going through, it will not be an easy thing. The election will not be easy. 2023 election, let us just pray. For some reason, I believe that it will be one of our biggest and toughest election in our history. Because a lot of people will show up. A lot of people are going behind the president. I don't want us to overlook President Weah. We should not overlook President Weah. That means you think that it will be a free ride. It's not a free ride. He's the incumbent. He's prepared to spend your money. President Weah is prepared to spend your money against you. So you either eat it and vote against him, or it's up to you. But he's prepared to do anything to go another 6 years. President Weah knows there will be nothing much going to happen to him. And President Weah is aware of our constitution very much, that there will be nothing. And let's pray for some. I think that President Weah might not contest the election. He knows within himself that a lot of people don't. They he knows that he's not popular anymore. He's little skeptical from some of the information that we hear, and the president is not happy with a lot of things that are going on. But they need to put him out there. But how to put him out? That is their problem. How to put him out? What to say? You know, when you not keep a man indoor for so long and he come out, nobody know what he's going to tell them. So he rushing all the little small projects. He rushing them because election is right around the corner. So, but 2023 is not far. Let's come to ourselves. Before we facing George Weah, we must come up with a candidate. Before we facing George Weah, and the establishment, the corrupt establishment, they are doing everything. They are doing everything. Mr. Bwaka reminds me of George Weah. Not even saying anything, but he have all his surrogates pushing the case. Well, whether you're lucky or not, he's the leader. Whether you're lucky or not, he's the leader of the CPP. Listen, Mr. Bwaka is not the leader of the CPP. We have 4 political leaders of the CPP. You will want to say it because you are supporting him. It's up to you. You can say what you want to say. But you guys are not going to win this fight. Time is getting closer. We are doing everything within our power. We will stand by the laws, the rules that govern the coalition. We will abide by every word in that document. And we'll go to that convention and let the Liberian people decide, let the delegates decide who will represent them. But we all know Mr. Cummings is the candidate of change. I had an argument today with a friend asking question about Mr. Cummings. What has Mr. Cummings done? What his record? Listen, my people, I'm not here to tell you what Mr. Cummings have done. I'm not going to say it. I will explain it to other people, but not people who live in America and who still want to bring issue up about Mr. Cummings' work. But it is the right of Mr. Cummings to contest the presidency. Mr. Cummings has an agenda. He continues to go around the country. He meeting people. He taking information. That is what a good leader do. Go around, get information, and come out. The other people say this election is about George Weah. It's about moving George Weah, and we should give them a chance when they move George Weah. The other people, they are about chance. Please give us a chance. Let us try again. No, we cannot go backward. We were there for 12 years. We see nothing. What guarantee that you have? What is the guarantee? They're not telling you anything. They just say, give me another chance. They're just telling you to give them another chance. They're not even telling you about the future. They say, give me another chance. So we cannot give them another chance. All the opportunity they had for the last 12 years before George Weah, they didn't do nothing. What make them think they can do something again? No new ideas. But yet and still, they want us to give them a chance. Liberians voted for change in 2017. Do you believe that Liberians will go back because the change they voted for failed? Do you think that Liberians will go back in times instead of going to the future? What in that past that we really miss that we need to get to? Let somebody tell me, What in the 12 years of Ellen Johnson that we really want that her vice president will give us? What? Because I don't know what we miss in Ellen Johnson. We miss nothing. We miss nothing from the UP government. We missed nothing. All we got was corruption and the same old thing. And yes, maybe the only thing was a good they had things in place, but it was bad governance. They had things in place. She had the government, everything where it's supposed to be, but the corruption was so high until make it easy for George Weah to eat. So what there that we miss that we should give Mr. Bwaka another chance? No, my people, we can't. Let me tell you why we cannot give you another chance. There are a lot of corrupt guys standing by. People who are surrounded, people who are very close, and right now they have surrounded Mr. Bwaka in presence of Anthony Keseli, Bernard Ure, and all these other young boys who believe that because George, we are young kids are eating, it is their time to eat. Yes, it is their time to eat. And it don't work that way. Yeah. Prince Jessel is the 1-year-old vice president. You know. So because they see Jefferson Koji and others eating, so they themselves want to eat. So they behind the old man fighting. But when I allow it, it only tells us that they got a lot of young children who are very, very corrupt. Very, very corrupt. They has no integrity. You know, integrity is not just to use the word integrity because everybody know how to pronounce it. It is an action that you must show. It is an action. But I'm not going to. What I'm here to do is to tell you about Mr. Cummings. That's all. I want you to look at the four political leaders. Mr. Cummings is the only man that you cannot attach corruption to. Everything he worked for, he earned it. All the other guys are very rich. Although the former vice president saying that he's not rich, but this man make up to 24 million dollars in 12 years. $24 million in 12 years. But he still broke. Well, I don't know what he did with the money. But let me say, you're listening to this and guy from UP, Whistler. The government all over the city today in Liberia, they're talking about an opposition lobbying against the government, and which we all know that the money they already wanted, they can get it from the MCC. We know that very well. But today on one of the biggest show, what they say, he said that Henry Costa said he got the information and he knows exactly who spent the $180 million to lobby against the government. But he's not going to call name because he don't want any trouble. But what he knows, it is not Mr. Ure, it is not Yombly, it is not Bwaka, but he can't say anything about Mr. Cummings. But he knows it's not the CPP, but people within the CPP. Look, guys, we know the games that they are playing. They have sent their talkative to go back on air and say nonsense. And say nonsense again. But if Mr. Costa cannot come out and call the name, that is why Bouaka said, what, Costa? Costa need to go back on the show and call the name. The person that he knows within the CPP who spend that money to lobby against the government. If he have balls, he would do it. But when you listen to his conversation, and if you're a smart man, he want to play one of his dirty trick, but that trick will not work. Look, if you guys have never seen an honest person before, Mr. Cummings is one of them. What he was trying to do was to pin the ANC bad. He said, oh, no, it's not the CPP, but someone within the CPP spent $180 million. You know, Joe Bouaka don't have such a money. Joe Bouaka broke. That's not Bernard Ure. That's not Yumbli. But I can't speak for Cummings. I can't speak for Cummings. You know, if I were Bernard Ure, I will resign from my party and put Henry Costa as head. Make Henry Costa the political leader for ALP. I think it will be much better. It will be much better if Bernard Ure can get out of the way and put someone in there. Because our biggest problem here is Bernard Ure. And Bernard Ure is the one who damaging Henry Costa. A young man who's supposed to be concentrating on his future, his political future, if he won one. Going on social media, looking at his little platform, and think that he can damage someone, because these are some of the things he said behind closed door, that he alone can damage any politician in Liberia. He brag about it all the time. But I continue to say it, when it comes to politics, Henry Costa is nothing. He's nothing. I'm not afraid of him. But whenever he comes out against Mr. Cummings, we retaliate very hard. Whenever he plays one of the dirty politics, we will come out very hard. He's still a friend, but politics is not a fair game. We know that. It's not a fair game. Sometimes people will put ads up there to damage you in certain ways, but not to think that you're going to push Mr. Cummings, because who will really want to lobby against a government? Yes, lobbying is not a bad thing. It's not against the law, but it's waste of time. It's waste of time. Henry Costa have said it over and over that he preferred the government failing. He would want for this government to fail. He said it over and over. So, but today, Henry Costa is trying to distance himself and to remove his three political leaders, because that's the three group of people he's dealing with, and say, well, I don't know about Mr. Cummings. You see how dishonest and what he trying to go, where he going. Someone called me from Liberia today and said, oh, it looked at Mr. Cummings, the one that paid the $180. I said, how you know? They say, well, they say Henry Costa say he know, but he don't want to say it. I said, you see how the story went? Because he said he know the person. So to them, Mr. Cummings is the richest man in the CPP. So he's the only one capable enough to pay $180 to damage President Weah's government. That is where he's going. Some people will say, well, but he didn't call your name. He never called your name. Some people say so, which is truth. But let me tell you something. When you see where someone is going, they go to nip it in the butt before they even try to take it out, because that is where he's going. He had called Mr. Cummings all kinds of names. He's a foreigner. He's a stranger. He's not the kind of man that would just come and will give him presidency. In Coca-Cola, he was second or third, but in Liberia, he don't want to go second. These are the smart people we're talking about. These are the smart people we're talking about. But I'm not going to waste my time. Liberian people are getting the message over and over. Liberian people are on today. Taylor Ure were accusing Rodney Sear. But I want to say this to most of our journalists. Some of us who are not journalists, when you hear they say the fourth estate, journalists are special people. Journalists are not friends with government or politicians. Journalists stands on the side of the people. Their responsibility is to speak the truth. So even if Mr. Cummings is not doing the right thing, it's the responsibility of the journalists, of all journalists, to speak out. If the other guys are not doing it, they must speak out. So I think Rodney Sear have taught us, are saying it, but today they are accusing Rodney Sear again that Mr. Cummings bribed him. You see, when you see desperation is something so bad, they are desperate for power. Right now, they can do anything. Anything they can do. Bernard Ure is not sleeping. If anybody tells you Bernard Ure is sleeping, Bernard Ure is not sleeping. Bernard Ure is not sleeping at all. He's doing everything to damage Mr. Cummings. But I want to say this, he's lying. He's a little boy. He's a boy who just stole his part of share from government and cannot stand a man who works so hard and earned his millions. You know what I'm saying? And they were all classmates. So he can't stand Cummings. He thought he was the only giant in the town. And they say he worth $33 million. So why can't you just spend the $33 million on Mr. Bwaka? And the new song now, they still asking the same question. One of my friends asked the same question to me today. But let me ask you, with all the things they're doing to Mr. Cummings, why Mr. Cummings cannot leave the CPP? This is Joseph Bwaka supporter asking me a question as if he's doing me a favor. Yeah, the way the guys then acting, why you guys can't leave? I said, but it's simple. If I refuse to leave, why can't you leave too? Why you guys can't just leave? You say you got the numbers. Leave and let's see. But they got big mouth. They can't go nowhere. We know that if CPP going to stand, we still got some time. It will stand. People will realize it. Mr. Cummings will be the standard bearer. Mr. Cummings will defeat Mr. Bwaka at the convention. The delegates are Liberians. They are human beings. They know the rights. They know their rights and they know what good for Liberia this time. They know. It's not that they are afraid of bribing. The fact is that the people within the Unity Party do not want Mr. Bwaka as the standard bearer. That is why they had a kangaroo endorsement. Quick. Yombly knows that she's not in that group. Yombly is fighting to go as vice president because of Mr. Bwaka's health. And Mr. Ure too fighting. And you people know that America and Ure now on the same line. Ure can come to America. You know what I'm saying? Ure can come to America. So why we should waste our time? Why we should waste our time with people that will not even help our country? Eh? That will not even push, that can take Liberia from one end to another end. They can. If you're looking for a better Liberia, or strong economy, or men who know how to create jobs, or men who knows how to talk to companies and to talk to government, the men who have built that integrity is no other person but Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings is the only candidate in the CPP. Look, only clean hands can fight corruption, my people. I know the people of Liberia, they want a leader that will stand firm and prosecute corrupt politicians. Who you think can do that? Is the man who is not corrupt. The man who is not corrupt, that's the only man that can do such a thing. That's the only man. Not Mr. Bouaka, who already accepted money from Mr. Ure, still looking for money, going around the country, the Africa, trying to beg for money. You know when you beg for money, you know what happens? You owe the people. You owe them. But you saw what Mr. Cummings doing. Mr. Cummings is working while they in Monrovia gossiping, playing the jealousy, giving all kinds of fake news because they think Monrovia is Liberia. They are only in the city paying people to go on radio and say all kinds of things about Mr. Cummings, and Mr. Cummings is so calm. Mr. Cummings is doing what is necessary. Look, you don't need to take it from me. Mr. Cummings will defeat them. Mr. Cummings will defeat them in the VPS, which is not binding. Mr. Cummings will defeat them. Mr. Cummings will get up to 85% of the total vote. I can tell anybody that. Unless there's no convention. Unless there's no primary. And I challenge you to bring Mr. Bouaka to come and debate with Mr. Cummings. That's the best thing to do. You see, we're complaining that George Weah did not go for debate. But today, the same thing you did to George Weah is the same thing we're doing to Mr. Bouaka. We don't want Mr. Bouaka to debate with any other person. Mr. Bouaka should not receive no hard question. No citizen should ask Mr. Bouaka a question. It's just like dress. CPP was not organized for Mr. Bouaka to make him president. It was not organized to make Mr. Cummings president. They were organized to come together as one to facing George Weah. Every one of them came in with equal strength. Nobody came in as first, second, third. They were all first division team. They all paying the same amount of money. Although they didn't pay their share yet. What are we doing? We sit here, we get people there in America pushing the old man. The old man is not talking. The old man went to the last radio station there, ELBC. He left from there, pissed off. The Liberian people gave him little comments that he could not stand. Mr. Cummings is the only scrutinized, the most scrutinized candidate in our history. Every question have come to Mr. Cummings. People have asked Mr. Cummings all kinds of questions. Why we can't ask Bouaka a question? They asked him until they went into his private life. Mr. Cummings, are you a gay? Yeah. Today, you know, the American government stop and cancel the meeting with the Zambian president. Because the Zambian president talk about gays, say there will be no gay rights. But today, Henry Costa, who wants on his show saying that Liberia is not ready, who pushing it that Mr. Cummings are gay, saying that I support gay rights. You see, so these guys have nothing, my people. They have nothing to offer. And let me say this. Somebody asked me the other day about, oh, you know, the government doing this. We all know what's going on in the country. We know about the killing. We know about the property that the first lady bought. We know everything. But I'm not running a television station. I'm not in the mood to get anybody news. If the news come, we give it. But I'm only here to conscientize Liberians that let us see right from wrong. I'm only trying to tell you what you should look for in your leader. To see an honest leader, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. Mr. Cummings continued to explain. He's not even saying he's saying we. Mr. Cummings is saying that no disrespect, but it will be maybe two political parties, which is CPP and CDC. He go in places, he said CPP. But the other guys then who looking for a chance, who say we'll give them another chance, Mr. Bwaka said he is the only one that can defeat President Weah. But my question is, if you are the only one that can defeat President Weah, what are you doing in a coalition? What are you doing in a coalition? My Liberian people, you shouldn't let them lie to you. Where in the world that Mr. Bwaka will say that he is the only one that can defeat President Weah? That's a L-I-E, lie. That is a big lie. Mr. Bwaka is more vulnerable to President Weah to be disgraced or they will defeat him than any other candidate in Liberia. Than any candidate in Liberia. What he did before that he can do now, that he missed, that he can do right now. And you know, it's sad. I agree that Mr. Bwaka was there for 12 years, but let us stop discouraging other good Liberians. That because I'm into politics and the next person that coming, they won't be able to, they got to wait until I finish. No, no, no. I want to know the experience. Whoever did it, talk about experience. Giving an advice and coming up with some policy or some agenda is different. We don't know Mr. Bwaka's agenda. Mr. Bwaka just tells us, yeah, we need roads. We don't know how Mr. Bwaka going to do it. Mr. Bwaka have never spoken to Liberian people about corruption, whether he prepared to fight corruption. He have never said that. Because if anybody tell me they are preparing to fight corruption, then you will not sleep. You will not go in bed with Bernard Uri. If anyone tell me that they can fight corruption, they will not keep Bernard Uri very close to them. And that is what Mr. Bwaka is doing today. That is what Mr. Bwaka is doing today. Bernard Uri has so much influence over Mr. Bwaka until he got nothing to say. You know, when you listen to the Guinean, they say the president, people have so much influence on him because of the age. That's the thing that happened in Liberia today. Mr. Bwaka, he ain't got nothing to offer Liberian people. He served Liberia. Instead of Mr. Bwaka having a good exit, he's trying to come back into politics and believe that he is the one because they're telling him. Because people telling him. We're talking about raking elections, but we see Unity Party doing the same thing. So you're telling me that. Unity Party doing the same thing. But we're telling President we are there, he wants to steal elections. But Mr. Bwaka have just stole the stand-up bearership, got it illegally I'm not going to stay too long on this platform today. My software, I'm not too happy with it. I don't know because I have not used it so long, or I don't know what's the problem. But this one, I never tested this. This is my first time to try it. And show, let me see something. Okay. Now, okay, I think on this one, I'll be able to see the comments on it, not only on Facebook alone. Okay, right now I'm on YouTube. It's live on YouTube. I'm live on YouTube right now. Let me see. It's live on YouTube. Yeah. I'm live on YouTube right now. Let me see. It's live on YouTube. Yeah. I'm live on YouTube right now. Let me see. It's live. Okay. All right. Let me see. What social comment display? Yeah. Click on them to showcase stream. I'm a winner. I'm a winner. Okay. I don't want this. Add to blacklist. Okay. Oh, all right. I think look, I can see this. I say UP on the post is so all the posts are all strange posts. All the posts is so strange. Oh, a lot of that can do, y'all. Okay. I see there's some stuff I can do back here. Okay, a lot of things I can do on this one too. To half screen. Okay, guys, I think I will come back on, but let me check. I'm trying to check something. I want to see what's going on, Prince. You know, when I'm on this software now, anybody want to talk now, they will have to call on my phone. Evita, John, how are you, Prince? Okay. You won't believe I even had to stop the thing, sir. Okay, and okay, I see it right there. Okay, guys, I will talk to you. I want to see. I want to put some pictures and download because it look I'm not concentrating. I was just doing a test, although I should have said it, but so let me. But you know, since uh, uh, UP is working hard, their work is to come up with lies. Their work. Let me tell you one of their strategies. They try to go on different shows to distract you. So they're asking this question about Coca-Cola, what Mr. Cummings did when Coca-Cola. They're trying to bring old story out so you can't even say nothing. So don't even listen to distraction. And Prince aware of it already. So these guys are working so hard, but the only thing they are very good liars. They know how to lie. They know how to lie, I can tell you. They will lie the devil out of heaven. They will lie the devil in heaven, in hell. They lie so much until God don't want to even forgive the devil anymore. The how UP guys they can lie. I can tell you today. They are serial liars. They will tell you any kind of thing just because of power. You know they did it during Ellen Johnson time. They lied to the people. They were all on social media lying to Liberians. But today, oh, they won't act like they are a bunch of cry. I call them cry babies. They cry, but we show them pepper, cayenne pepper. In CPP today, that comes we want to. In CPP today, that comes we want to. Come November, comes we win the primary. To face in George Weah, to defeat him in 2023. Comes, who comes? That man where we want to for our president. Yeah. Reach red light to stream live to 30 sites. Okay. Okay, on YouTube, you can go on YouTube to TGN TV. You will always see me there. But it's not bad. I see some little. I think I gotta use this thing consistently for people to get used to it. But for some reason, when I go live on Facebook, straight on, so are you sure you want to end this? No. Okay, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Maybe I might come on because I'm off tomorrow. But by the grace of God, tomorrow I will be on in the afternoon. By then, I have gone through this whole thing here and I know what to do and what to come on with whatsoever. So please bear with me. We're setting everything up. We're setting it up for 2023. Trust me. They ain't seen nothing yet. They have not seen anything yet. Okay.